Let's talk about food, baby. All right, we are going to weigh some red peppers. And they're weighing in at 2 pounds, 7 7/8 ounces before dehydration. All right, we have some yellow peppers we're gonna weigh before dehydration. They are 1 pound, 9 ounces. And green peppers before dehydration are 2 pounds, 3 7/8 ounces. Look at that size. For a total weight of 6 pounds, 4 5/8 ounces. Look at that. We're gonna chop it with that we got at Bed Bath & Beyond for under $20. So now remember how big that is, and you'll see what it looks like when we're done. So here they are, dehydrated. We already took the green ones off. And we're going to weigh 1 1/4 ounces. That's all of the green peppers. Alright, and here are the red peppers. A couple of the green little guys got in there. 2 1/4 ounces for all of those red peppers. And the yellow peppers, 5/8, giving us a grand total for all of them of 4 1/4 ounces. They're wonderful in recipes. They rehydrate very, very well. They add color and flavor, and they are nutritious and a lot easier than carrying the peppers whole. So we also did mushrooms. There was 2.5 pounds of mushrooms. We dehydrated those. And now they're down to 3 3/4 ounces. They don't shrink up like the other stuff does, but they do get a lot lighter and add a lot of flavor to a lot of meals. 3 3/4 ounces down from 2.5 pounds. All right, there's no point in weighing this because this is pasta. It's pasta. It's a pound. It's always going to be a pound, even if you dehydrate it. But when you buy it in the store, it is not cooked. It's just raw. So you have to bring it home, cook it for al dente, and then dehydrate it. And then when you cook it on the trail, it's just rehydrating it enough to put it in your meal, so it's appropriate then to eat. Like I said, we're not experts at by any stretch of the imagination, but we follow some recipes, which I'm going to show you next, where we got our recipes from and what works well for us. So that will be next. Hello, welcome back. We're going to introduce you to the first cookbook we got. Now, we were watching Dixie dehydrate ground beef, and we decided that was a route we were going to go. Not that we don't like Norse rice sides or noodles or ramen bombs, but we decided that wasn't really the route we wanted to take for the whole trip. So we got this cookbook. And there was a lot of recipes in there, which led us to Amazon, where we ended up with this series of books. And as you can see, it's filled with recipes. There's freezer bag cooking, there's pot cooking, one pot cooking, there's lots of different recipes in here. Completely filled. So many different ways to cook. Amazon. It's a series of books you can get. So We've used quite a few recipes out of here. We prefer the freezer bag cooking ourselves. So this is an example of one of the recipes that we've used. This is my personal favorite. It is couscous with almonds and apricots, and then we use dehydrated chicken. We dehydrate it ourselves. Although you can purchase the chicken, it's a little bit heavy. It's heavier than if you dehydrate it yourself, but if you don't have a dehydrator, or if you're out on the road, just pick it up. It's a little bit expensive, but cost efficiency, it's better just to dehydrate it at home. And that's kind of what the point is of dehydrating, is to save a little bit of money and weight. So, and then I always write the instructions on, because I have a tendency to forget how much water to use to rehydrate it. So I put that on there. Plus I like to know what I'm eating, and then make everybody aware of what's in it in case somebody wants to look up the recipe. So let me show you a few of the things that we have. So we do like black beans, a lot of things that are high in protein. You know, the lentils are always good. These are sweet potatoes. We use those a lot in a recipe, so they're kind of running out. Spinach leaves, things like that. Sometimes in a pinch, grocery stores will have things, but we're getting back into the priciness again. But we ran out the one day, so we had to buy these, and they definitely get a little bit pricey, so we try to stay away from them. And then we have our ground beef down here. If you put it in the refrigerator, it lasts quite a while. But you can use the brown rice, and then also the instant mashed potatoes, which we ran out of. And then you can go on the internet and buy cheese. Then we have the butter. Use it in a lot of different recipes. These are good in recipes too. And the fajita couscous, which is a big hit. So as you can see, there's a lot you can do with it, and these weigh practically nothing. And cost-wise, it's so much better than running into town all the time and spending money at a restaurant, or the quick meals that you can pick up in town are good, but they're just, after a while, you're spending so much money and it's just not worth it. So, and this is healthy, all healthy foods. So, if you're interested, obviously look it up. Check Amazon out for these books. I suggest them, highly suggest them. They're very, very good. And like I said, if you're not using the freezer bag method, there's other ways. Lots of tips in here, lots of ways to learn how to dehydrate. We have the Excalibur 9 tray, and I think we talked about that in another video. It worked out great. So give these a whirl. If you want to start off slow, you can try it in your oven. There's always a good way to start. That way you don't have to invest a lot of money, and see if it's something you're into. And that's about it. That's all I really have to say. I think we covered all of that. So hopefully we'll see you on the trail, and maybe we'll have an extra one. You can try it out. I would suggest this one. If I happen to have an extra one, ask for it. See if you like it. All right. We'll see you out there.